Hey folks, I touched base on this little thing right here. You may not know what this is, but in the previous video to this video, I mentioned I have a DJI Power 1000 battery bank, and maybe a lot of people don't know. Maybe people do know about these and have these and use them. But I want to just bring today to maybe open some viewers of my channel's eyes to what I think is a precautionary thing that I'm going to use. Okay, so let me explain. This is a DJI Power 1000 is what they call this, and it is a battery generator. I guess what they say that there's all kinds of different names. It's just a battery bank, but there's more to it than that. I'm going to go into that and tell you what I'm using this for and how it's going to be helpful for me. Now it may be helpful for you. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a self contractor. I do a lot of photography, and I travel the United States doing commercial photography for properties. And so I work about 2, 3, maybe up to 4 days a week, and then I have the rest of the time off. So I have a really great job, and so I usually have about 4 days off a week. And in any given time, if I don't want to work a week, I can just say I'm not working. Or if I want to take a month off, I can take a month off. I have a really good job, and it affords me a lot of things and a really great life. I'm very happy and blessed for that reason. But I'm gone every single week, up 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And when I'm gone, I drive and I fly. So if I drive and I'm 5 or 6 hours away, and something happens, to my house, I have cameras around and I've got internet and a modem and everything, wireless internet. I can check in on things, but then I notice that if my power's out, none of my technology works. And so when I'm 6 hours away, I'm in a panic, like none of my reptiles are getting lights, they're not getting heat, they're not getting the things they need. And where this really comes into play is when it's wintertime. And in Texas here, we have terrible weather. It can be, some winters can be, 40, 50 degrees, and it's a mild winter. And then we can have 5 degree, 10 degree weather, and we can have snow, pretty bad snow and ice about every 5 or 6 years. It can happen more often than that, but um, more and more we're having freak weather incidents, and our car hits a telephone pole. Say I'm 1,000 miles away and a car hits a telephone pole, and the power's knocked out for uh, you know 5 hours or 2 days or 3 days. And so if it's 20 degrees outside, this is when it starts to matter. Then in my house, this is an old crummy house. It has no insulation. You see, I got insulation that I've tried to do, and extra heaters and extra air conditioners to try and make this a more livable condition. But so if it's 20 degrees outside, it's soon going to be 40 to 30 degrees inside. So if I'm gone 3 days and my reptiles are going to have to undergo 30-degree temperatures for 2 days straight, um, they're pretty much not going to make it. So I have been traveling and had this happen, and been 1,000 miles away. I can't get a plane flight home, and I'm just sitting there in my hotel room just panicking that I have to get home, and there's just nothing I can do about it. I can't catch an early flight because of the booking and how it was done. So I've always wanted to get a backup battery bank. And so what this is more than just your power goes out, you drag this out of the closet and you hook it up to your refrigerator, or you hook it up to your stove, or you hook it up to your microwave. What this does is this allows power. Okay, let me just start over again. It's wintertime now, okay? And it's getting down in the 40s and 30s and 20s at night. And that's when, if the power goes out, that's when I'm having a problem. So this battery bank, how this works is it has an inverter in it, and so it has a computer chip in it. It has a whole bunch of things in it. So it's you would say it's smart. So what it's doing is I have it plugged into the wall right now, and it is running the wall outlet power from the power poles, running it into the battery bank. But the inverter is recognizing that this is at 100%. It's charged. It can't charge anymore. And the circuitry in here isn't going to allow it to charge anymore, because that could be destructive to the batteries. You've got to have a well-designed battery pack. and it also plays into the different types of battery chemistries. This is an amazing battery chemistry, and it is an amazing electronics product. And so there's almost zero risk. I don't want to say zero. I mean zero. Probably a 1% chance that this would, something would go wrong, and it might cause a fire. It's very, very, very low risk because of the type of battery chemistry that this is. But some of the other cheaper models, or models with a less recognized name, might be using the batteries and the system and the inverter and the computer chips, and it's called the battery management system, that may spark a fire and may burn your house down. I have high expectations that this would not catch on fire. Also, to this battery, with its battery chemistry, lasts 10 years, and that's charging over and over and over and over again over that 10 years. Okay, but what I'm using it for is that I've got it plugged into the wall right back here. It comes in, it plugs in right here. It's running the power into the inverter. The inverter is recognizing that this is at 100%, doesn't need to charge the batteries. So it's forwarding the power to the two outlets. If you get a bigger battery, there's more outlets. You can hook an extension cord up to this. You can hook up an extension cord that has more outlets on it. You can run a whole bunch of things off this, but they just give you two on this version because of its size and the size of the front. But you can plug a lot more things in it than just two things, just to make that clear. But so it's running the power through the machine, out the plugs, and to my heating element. So I got a heating element right here. This is an infrared heating element. It's not the ceramic heat emitter like this one right here. I have all this stuff. I've got too much stuff to be honest. So I've got a bunch of these, but I'm using this one because this one works better to heat your reptile. It's a Panagia. I know I'm saying that wrong, but it's going to heat your reptile more, get the heat more into the internal parts of your reptile, not just the outside part of your reptile. This is a pretty neat little thing. It was $40 or $50 or maybe more than that. But I have one of those, and that's what I'm using now to heat my new children's python. We're here in my computer room. This computer room is the quarantine room for this snake for probably 2 weeks. Okay, but this is running these options right here. My LED light, or if you have a reptile incandescent bulb, and this night heater. So this is running about 88 watts, and an LED bulb is like 15 watts. So you could run an LED bulb off of this for like a week, in like 6 days. And you could run maybe 5 for, like 4 days or 5 days. It's really incredible what you can run on these. But you also can hook up things like a coffee pot, a big coffee pot that would drain this pretty quickly, at 1500 watts. You can maybe run one of those for like a couple of hours if it was running continuously. But so here's the cool thing about it. And I'm sorry it took this long to get to that, but the power goes out. It's 30 degrees, 20 degrees outside. The power goes out. I'm 3 days away to getting home. I need to have power go to my reptiles. So what this does is this recognizes that the power shut off at the house. I have no power in my house. It's getting cold. This immediately, as soon as the power kicks off, the power line gets cut to the house, there's no power. This recognizes within milliseconds, so quickly that you don't even recognize it, and it starts diverting the power that was coming into it to the battery pack, and now it's running my reptile lights and heater elements. So this is a backup. And so this isn't going to be the perfect solution for everyone. If you have 15 heat emitters that you need to heat 15 different cages, you'll need to get a bigger battery system. And this used to be about $1,000 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. But DJI, a company that I have their cameras, I have their drones, I have a lot of DJI products, and I'm really satisfied with DJI and their whole policy and return policy and their buying policy and the quality of their products. So I got this one. But if you have bigger needs, obviously you're going to need to get a bigger battery pack. I mean, they have this one in a 2000 and probably up to a 4000. And then there's other brands out there, other popular brands that people like, that you can run a whole entire home for 2 or 3 days off one of these battery systems. But yep, they get up there about $5,000 or $6,000. This one was I think $399 or $499 on Amazon. They were closing them out to get rid of them. I think they're coming out with a new model, and I may pick that one up too and have two of them so I can run more stuff. But like I said, it's like a protection for your computer. You have a very expensive computer system, and it's and I just can't recall the right terminology right now, and I don't want to stop the video and restart the video. But you have a battery that hooks up to your wall outlet, and it's like a surge protector in case the surge throws out your power. It doesn't fry your computer. Then your little battery bank runs the computer, and it tells you you're running on battery power now. You've got about 15 minutes to shut everything down before you lose everything. So it's a battery backup system. So that's what this is doing, as it's serving dual purposes. So again, when I'm away, this is going to give me a little peace of mind. So say I'm away 2 days, and for some reason my power goes out. I check my cameras from my phone, 1,000 miles away. My cameras aren't working. My air conditioners aren't working, reading from my phone apps. And then I know my internet's down. Then I know I'm likely lost power at my house. So again, if it's 20 degrees outside, I would be in my hotel room almost in tears, worrying about my reptiles freezing to death. So this is going to kick in, and it's going to give me a little bit of protection zone of different heater elements, different lights, and things of that nature to help my reptiles survive. So I just wanted to bring this to you. You may not be aware, you may be aware. This may be a shitty video, and it may be a great video, just depending on who you are. Hopefully this will, if I don't tell people, or people don't tell other people, then a lot of people may not know. So I'm putting it out there. So this is really, really cool, and I'm very, very happy that I have it, and maybe I'll get some more in the future. I do have a gas generator that's a 3,500 watt and up to 4,000 initial start. So I have that too, that I can charge this, or I can run my refrigerator and run my stove in the other room. Then I can leave this with my reptiles, or I can run my computer. I can hook my internet up to it, my modem, or my TVs, or I can hook up 50 LED lights and have 50 LED lights on, because they don't draw a lot of power. But it's really cool to have options. Okay, that's my video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you did, leave a like and check back for more videos. Typically, this one's reptile related. Okay, all right, bye-bye.